I got 10 questions, so you got to answer quick. We didn't get all we wanted in our tax cut, or I didn't. And one of my concerns was I thought the purpose of the tax cut was, to a degree, to make us more competitive with countries abroad. And there are segments of the population that are more important than other segments. Manufacturing was always treated special in this country through a special credit. That disappeared with the tax cut. We only have so much money to pay for tax cuts. Somebody didn't say we don't have enough money to pay for any more tax cuts. But do you have a problem if we target it at manufacturing, which has to compete with other countries abroad? And maybe if we have to target it even more, the machines that are used in a factory to make other machines. I tour my manufacturers all the time. There's always very important machines, printing, that sort of thing. Where do they make that machine? It's always Germany, Italy, Belgium, Korea, or Japan. Do you think there is a problem with targeting the tax cut to those manufacturers as opposed to, say, retail, which is going to be here anyway?
I'll take that one. I have a problem with that. I mean, I think targeting manufacturing is, first of all, not a very small target. Manufacturing is a huge sector. There was a manufacturing deduction years ago.
Before we got rid of it, it was a manufacturing credit.
And it was taken by all sorts of taxpayers, including publishers, coffee makers, stuff like this. So manufacturing is just a huge sector. And the other thing is that I agree that they are subject to to competition from abroad. So are other sectors like information technology. There's lots of mobility in a lot of sectors.
Okay.
I suggest
I'm going to cut you off.
lowering the corporate rate.
I'm going to cut you off a little bit. There is an economic argument, if you are solely concerned in the short term, that one business is the same as another business. I thought we saw a little in the COVID that there are some businesses that are more important for our national security and for our wealth, which is why I wondered about targeting manufacturing as opposed to retail, or say law offices. Did any one of you want to comment on that at all? I mean, we used to treat manufacturing better.
Yeah, so it's possible that you could make an argument that for national security purposes, certain types of production should be in the United States, but I don't think that the tax code is a good tool to accomplish that. I think tax systems should be primarily used to raise revenue in a neutral manner, but if there are national security concerns, that should be dealt with elsewhere.
You can tell me how later, but okay, next question we have. We are sometimes criticized for having our tax cuts favor the rich. That's inevitable, I think, because the poor don't pay any taxes in the first place. But I do think it would be good if, to a degree, we went after credits that purely are benefiting the wealthy. One of those is carried interest. Does anyone want to say that we should get rid of carried interest? You can do it if our guys won't.
No, you should. I think this is an area where basically it's ordinary compensation to people in various businesses, and it's treated in a preferential way.
Yeah, we're helping the hyper wealthy with a different tax treatment. Well, thank you. Any of our guys agree with that? By our guys, I mean the left three.
I agree with Mark. I
Okay, well,
think that the treatment is under current law.
We'll try to do that. Now I'll give you another one. Section 42, low-income housing. That is, you know, you're giving some guy or gal 85, 95% of the value of a new building if they rent to low-income people. It offends me out of my mind because you have this group of people who probably gives a lot of money up here too, who are getting wildly generous tax cuts. Maybe they sell these credits to other businesses. Do you feel that's something we should get rid of, or is that, I mean, just saying, you're just overwhelmingly benefit very wealthy developers. You want to comment on getting rid of that?
I mean, I think the important thing to recognize is that that is pretty much the only low-income housing project.
So you don't think we can, first of all, low-income housing isn't a federal problem. It's a state problem. But you don't think there's any way to get money for housing for poor people other than to, in essence, give very wealthy developers?
No, if you want to do it through a spending side program, it could be way more targeted, way better targeted than it is. But Congress has decided to do it through the tax code, and as Kyle has said, the tax code's a very blunt tool.
Any of the other guys, I hate Section 42 more than anything, that's why I bring it up. Will any one of you guys say it's wrong, it's not good to make the wealthiest of developers wildly more wealthy? That's the only way we can.
I say it's wrong. I mean, I think most of us probably would say that. It's wrong in the same way that targeting manufacturing with a special provision is wrong. I think the general principle is that the law should apply generally. And so this thing for low-income housing should go in favor of lowering rates generally for all taxpayers.
I guess I'm up. I can talk forever if you want me to.
No, well, we
You're gonna cut me off. Okay, that's okay. That's a good.